Krishna Krishna balite nayan pade jal Ganga gata sajakare dekaye sakal. Tears flowed from Madhavananda's eyes as he chanted the name of Krishna. Everyone watched as he built a ghat on the bank of the Ganga. Ganga ghat sajakare dekaye sakal. Well, that's a standard Indian response. One guy works and 50 guys watch. This is standard Indian work engagement. So there's one guy digging the hole, 10 guys telling him how to do it better. 10 guys telling him how to do it better, and there's 50 guys who are just watching and passing comments on how well he's doing it. Isn't it? 10 guys will tell him, no, you can do it like this, do it like that. And they're like really involved in it. They're really completely involved with everything but shoveling dirt. They're telling him how to hold a shovel and how to dig this way and that way and how to throw the dirt. The 10 advisors were doing nothing but giving him, just distracting him from his work. And then there's the 50 onlookers who are giving ratings to his performance. So here it's the same way 500 years ago in the Ganga. Everyone's watching. Now this is very significant for a lot of reasons, which I'm sure you're aware of. But one is that Madhavananda is a Brahmin. And making bathing ghats is not exactly the work of a Brahmin. This is 500 years ago when there was very strict Varnashram system was still intact in India, especially in Navadvip and Bengal. Even today, when you go to Navadvip, you find how caste conscious it is. Extremely. The city of Navadvip is extremely caste conscious. If you start to mix up and go in any Brahmin's house, or you'll find out all about how caste conscious they are and about all rules of cleanliness and purity. I mean, they eat fish and all these other things, but they're really strict on mixing of castes and who can go where and walk where, and only certain classes are allowed inside the temples. Chamras, Bungis aren't allowed inside the temples, and many, many things like this. So that's now. What to speak of 500 years ago? It's just, for example, if you have some gutter in front of your house, some drains in front of your house, you can't go out there, if you're a Brahmin, you can't go out there with a broom and clear those gutters. Because if you do that, then you lose your caste. You're not a Brahmin anymore. It's your house, it's your drains, but if you take a broom, you may go on a gumption, take a broom and sweep out that gutter and go in and throw that broom off somewhere on the side or outside and go take a bath and get dressed. So you're clean, but in terms of the whole society will reject you. You're nasht. You're not a Brahmin anymore. Because you touch the broom and the gutter. That's how strict it is. Even now. So this particular group of people does this work, and this group does another work, and you can't cross. There's no crossing. In America, everybody does everything, or anywhere. It has to be done. You do it. If you're too lazy, you pay for somebody to do it. If you have energy and time, do it yourself. There's no like, hey, this is Brahman's work. Oh, this is Chamar's work. Oh, this is Dhobi's work. This is. But India is like so constipated with caste consciousness. So things don't move, right? When you're constipated, things don't move. So they're constipated with caste consciousness. Triple C, right? CCC. So you can see that 500 years ago, this was quite an amazing thing. And this Brahman, Madhavananda, is down there with bricks and mud and whatever, making some kind of bathing ghat. So everyone was really watching. That alone for one reason. Another reason, they're wondering, what's he doing and why? Loka deki kare bhara apurva gayan sabare madhyaye kare danda paranam. People were greatly astonished on seeing this. Madai then offered obeisances to everyone. Now they're going to be even more astonished. He used to throw stones at them and curse them. When he was lying in the Chorai in Navadvip with his brother Jagai, people would walk around and they were so afraid that even if the wind or the breeze passed over the body of Madai or Jagai, because they were so fallen, contaminated and sinful, the people would be afraid if that breeze passes over Madai's body and then hits me, I have to jump in the Ganga and take bath to become purified from that contamination by the air passing over the body of Madai. And he would sometimes pick up a stick and chase them, and beat them, and break their arms, and throw them down. And now he's offering obeisances. Gyane va agyane jata kailun aparad sakala shamya more karaha prasad. Madai cried, "Please forgive me, please bless me and forgive me for the offenses that I knowingly and unknowingly committed." Madaira krandane kanda ye sarvajan anande govinda sabe karaye samaran. Seeing Madai crying, everyone else began to cry in ecstasy as they remembered Govinda. Anande Govinda smaran. So everybody is remembering Govinda. Very interesting. The devotee reminds everyone of God. So seeing his extreme humility and his pleading with them and great surrender and submission to forgive him for his offenses, everybody remembered Govinda. Why did they remember Govinda? Govinda Smaran. Because they could understand that such a transformation, such an unbelievable transformation of character, from the most vile of sinners to the most humble and sincere of devotees, Vaishnavas, would only be possible by the Achintya Shakti of Bhagavan Govinda. This is the Gatana Agatana Patiyasi Shakti at work. The power to make the possible impossible and the impossible possible. So everybody thought it was impossible. It's impossible, it'll never happen. How will Jagai Madai ever be restored to normalcy, become sane, proper citizens again? What to speak of Vaishnavas? Now they're drunks and dacoits and gundas and murderers and rapists and robbers and arsonists, burning down houses and terrorizing everybody in Navadvip. The entire town was afraid and shivering in fear of them. And they were terrorizing everyone. Talk about terrorism. These were the first two terrors. Actually, terrorism began with Jagai Madai. They were the first terrorists, and they were on Indian soil. They were trained up in Navadvip in terrorism. And they were terrorizing people in Navadvip. So we're astonished. The Govinda Smaran. They were crying, oh, Govinda, look at the mercy, look what you've done. You made the impossible possible. It's not possible for this terrible person. They were crying in ecstasy as they remembered Govinda. Ananda Govinda Smaran. Shunila Sakala Loke Nimai Pandit Jagai Madaira Kaila Uttama Charit. Everyone heard Nimai Pandit transformed Jagai Madai into exalted personalities. So Nimai Pandit, everyone remembered Govinda, and that this power has come from Nimai Pandit. They heard that. Uttam Charita. Charita means the topmost character. He had transformed them from the lowest of behavior and the lowest of conduct and character. They became the most exalted. Uttam. Uttam Bhagavat. Madhyam, Uttam, Adam. They were Adam. Because the other term that's used before, there's Adam. Adam means lowest. Adam. So they Adam, now they're Uttam. They were Adam Charita. Adam means the most despicable, fallen, wretched character. The most heinous behavior. The most ignoble conduct. This Adam Charita. Now they're Uttam. Now the same author is telling, now they're Uttam Charita. Topmost character, topmost behavior. Lokas tada navartate, yad acharati shreshtas tatat evetarojana, soyat pramanam kurute, lokas tada navartate. Krishna is telling in Gita that the Acharya, whatever standards he sets by exemplary acts, all the world pursues. So now Jagai Madai, they were so, no one would want to imitate what they did before, but now they're yad acharati shreshtas. Now they become shrestha acharyas. Acharya is a behavior, acharya is a Vaishnavism. Acharyas of Vaishnav, Gaudiya Vaishnav Siddhanta. Yadyat Acharati Shreshtas, Tatat Evitarojana. Their Acharya, Shrestha means the topmost, greatest person. Uttam Charita. Uttam Charita means the topmost behavior and conduct. Because this is the topmost behavior and conduct of a Vaishnava. This is a Vaishnava who's fixed in Nishtita Bhakti. Nishtita Bhakti. What is a symptom of one who's fixed in Nishtita Bhakti? Chinadapi Sunichena Torori Vasahishana Amanina Manidena Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. So what was he doing? What was he doing? Well, let's recap here what we heard over the last 3 verses, if we remember. He was doing Kirtan Krandan. Krishna Kirtan Krandan. Krishna Kirtan Krandan. What was he doing? Who's he? Madai. He was chanting Krishna, Krishna, Krishna with tears in his eyes. Repeatedly. What does that mean? That means Kirtaniya Sadahari. Krishna, 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 Krishna. And he was doing this seva that he was ordered by Lord Nityananda to make the bathing ghat. So he was continually chanting. And then what behavior was he exhibiting? Uttam Charita. What is the Uttam Charita of a Vaishnava? So Acharya, Yadyat Acharati Shrestha, says Shrestha, a topmost Uttam Vaishnava, then he's an Acharya of behavior. He's an Acharya of conduct and activities. And his activities are Uttam Charita. So certainly Madai is acting as an Acharya here. And he's setting a standard for all the world to pursue. So his standard is Krishna Kirtan Krandan, chant, always chant, Kirtaniya Sadahari, then show Manadena. Manadena means show respect to everyone. So he's respecting everyone. Everyone that's coming to bathe in the Ganga at Mayapur, he's respecting all of them. And he's serving all of them with his bathing ghat. So he's showing respect, Manadena. And how is he exhibiting that respect? By offering his namaskar, sakala namaskar, offering his obeisance to each and every one of them. So therefore, he's showing the utmost humility and the utmost appreciation of all the Vaishnavas. And the result of all that is that he's fixed in devotion. So he's a Shrestha. So Nimai Pandit transformed them.